Hello, everyone. This is Dean from CareerFly. Thank you so much for spending the time today for this meetup event. So for this event, we would like to focus on the topic of finding the best tool to job hunt effectively in Japan. So this is our topic today. And before we start, maybe some people are on the LinkedIn Live site, but for some reason, the internet connection is it's poor at the moment, so it might be a little difficult. So if people could join from this side, that would be great. Okay, so now let's get started. So again, today our event topic is going to focus on the topic of finding the best tool to job hunt effectively in Japan. So let's get into it. So before we start, please put on your camera, and then questions anytime are welcomed. And for the people who currently are in the Zoom, if you see there's a chat box, you have anything want to share or any questions, you can leave the message over there, down there in the Zoom message box. And so yeah, you can share idea anytime and be proactively share your ideas. We would like to hear. So for today's presenter, I will be the main presenter for today. And so my name is Dean, and Tomomi will be helping me managing the backend side. So thank you so much, Tomomi. Thank you. Hi. So again, let me introduce myself more detailedly. So my name is Dean. I'm the career supporter from CareerFly. Although I'm not Japanese, I'm from Taiwan, but as a foreigner, work in Japan. So if you have any questions related to job information of Japan or job markets in Japan or in general job hunting, you can connect with me and ask me anytime. Looking forward to hear from you. So about today's agenda, we will be going through introduction. After that, we will talk about the job hunting ways in Japan and the tools for you specifically figure out which one will be a better fit for you. And then later we'll go through a QA session, and then we will close the event for tonight. So before we get into the topic, I would like to throw a question to all the participants. So what do you feel stressful about doing for job hunting? What do you feel stressful about job hunting? And you can think about these questions. And if you have any ideas, if you would like to share, you can leave in the chat, in the message as well. So keep this question in mind. What do you feel stressful about doing job hunting? And now we would like to show you some data. So now on this page, it actually shows in Japan, the Japan job seeker, when they're doing job hunting, what's the things that they stress about the most? And here are the top three. The top three stress for Japan job seeker. So the first one, actually about 33% are the people who stress about job hunting because interviewer during the weekdays, during the weekdays. And because during those times, maybe we might need to also work as well. So it's hard to just doing interviews during the weekday. Second of all, 24% of people stress about job hunting. It's because they could not have enough time to try to apply for so many positions. So 24% of people are feeling this way. And about 20% of people feeling that, they do not have enough time or be able to communicate frequently once they start doing the job huntings. So as we can see, all these three reasons of the stress of job hunting are all related to time. So time management is important for job hunting. Time management is important for job hunting. So now we know time is important. Let's take a look at the whole flow of the job hunting process. So on this page, now we'd like to see the flow of the job hunting process. From the beginning, you collect information and you prepare documents, interview, until the end, you're able to get an offer and join the company. Actually, most of the people spend the most time for doing their job hunting in the prepare document phase to apply for jobs, prepare document phase, and to apply for jobs. And just a small side story of not myself, but my friend's story. Currently, one of my friends currently working in Japan. But what he told me was when he was doing job hunting, he tried out so many different ways. And imagine how much job he applied to. He applied to 100 jobs. He applied to 100 jobs. So how much time he needs to spend on preparing all the documents, preparing all the applications, and then send out document, and even the interview process as well. He applied to 100 jobs, how much time he needs to spend, right? It's very time consuming. But the end result is he only got one offer. But luckily, right now he's working in Japan. So yeah, applied 100 jobs, but only got one job offer. But how come we need to apply for so many jobs? But how come we need to apply for so many jobs? But seems like it's very time-consuming thing and stressful. So that's why today our goal is to understand which tool would be the best for us to find jobs in Japan. Understand which tool will be the best for us to find the jobs in Japan. And by knowing this, then we can make your job hunting situation much smoother and also less stressful. Much smoother and less stressful. So now let's take a look at the ways of job hunting in Japan. The ways of job hunting in Japan. And today we pick out 3 of the most common job hunting ways in Japan. 3 of the most common job hunting ways in Japan. So here, let's see. So first one is recruiters or recruitment agencies. Second of all, it's direct apply to hiring companies. Direct apply to hiring companies. And third of all, job platforms. Job platforms. Now let's take a look at more details into each of these. So first of all, it's recruitment agency. So as CareerFly, we're also a recruitment agency. We are in between the job seekers and also the hiring companies. We are the bridge between job seekers and hiring company. And what we do is to supporting hiring company to find the talents which they're looking for. On the other hand, we support the talents, the candidates, job seekers to get the jobs, get the careers which they're looking for. So using recruiters, there's merits and demerits. So first of all, let's share about the merits. So the first merit is when you go to a recruiter, actually you can have advices from the recruiter for job hunting, interview tips, more information about this particular company you're applying for. Second of all, it's in general discussing about the careers, let's say in Japan or anything, set up the goals and what would be the better way for you to achieve your goals. And third of all, it's our purpose of going to a recruiter to get a job proposal, And although the demerit would be, then since we are in between, then you would have to communicate with a recruiter or a person which you do not know, and it would be a in-between person where not a direct communication with a company. Second of all, job varieties would depend on each recruiter. Job variety would depend on each recruiter. Okay. And then third of all is the job hunting experiences, which could be bad if you couldn't find a good match with the recruiter that would be a good match with you. So here are some of the demerits. Yeah. And also I would like to share a little small data is if people apply randomly, actually only about 20% of people who can get jobs from recruiter. Only about 20% people who can get a job opportunity from recruiter. And later we'll explain about the reason why. So now let's take a look at the second tool. So second tool, direct apply to the hiring companies. Direct apply to the hiring company. The merits of directly applying to the hiring company is if you already know which company you like, which position you like, which company you like, you can go direct into it. You can have more control. control over this process, this application. And you can also shorten the times before the applications without going to, let's say, a recruiter, having the first meeting with the recruiter, talking about the process, talking about this and that. So shorten the times. Third of all, you can control the time and process by yourself. When do you want to start applying to a company, arrange an interview with a company, etc. Although there's also demerits that will come. So it would be taking some time for you to find the companies which you would like to apply to. You would do a lot of research to see exactly which company you would like to apply to. And second of all, since there's no such a person's recruiter in between, then you will not be able to get the advices, interview tips, more information about the company from a recruiter who can support your application process. Third of all, you also have to manage all the applications by yourself. You also have to manage all the application by yourself. On the other hand, if it's through a recruiter, then the recruiter will help you managing this as well. So now let's take a look at the third tool. Third tool, job platform. Job platform. So you going to a job platform. So the merits of a job platform is like a one-stop where you can search many companies, many positions. So the merits would be you can compare the jobs and then decide which you want to apply to, etc. And you can also manage your applications on this one-stop job platform, manage it on this job platform, and would be much easier. Okay. And you can, same as the direct company hire, you can control your own times and process when you want to apply and when you want to interview, etc. A little more direct communication. However, also the demerits will also come. Then as you go to a job platform, you also need to find which company you would like to apply to, and you do different filters, etc. Try to search and compare. Then it also takes time. Second of all, you also need to do this process by yourself, where there's no one person who will be supporting you for the application process, giving you interview tips, etc. And sometimes job platforms, the requirements on the job platform will be different from the actual requirements. So here are the merits and demerits of the job platform. So now that we know about the job platform, the tool, not the job platform, now that we know about the job hunting tools, now let's take a look at what would be a better tools for you to use and for you to help you job hunting during the job process. So now let's get into the topic, which in Japan we often talk about. This is the segmentation of job hunting tool. Segmentation of job hunting tool. But what does this mean by segmentation of job hunting tool? So let me give you a small example. For example, I'm a marketing and sales person, and I'm thinking about job hunting. But I want to talk, let's say, going to talk to a recruiter, but I'm in the field of marketing or sales. But if I just go to a random recruiter and happen to find a recruiter, but this recruiter is in IT, then in this case, then the recruiter would not be this recruiter would not be the right person for me, because it's in a different, this recruiter is in a different segment. So this is a small example of what the segmentation of job hunting tools. So on the page, we see there are 5 categories where you should think about before you start picking the tools. For example, such as the stage of career. The stage of career. For example, let's say, are you a fresh graduate? Are you a fresh graduate just from college? Or are you a mid-career person? Or are you a senior management, or like the C-level people, executive level? Okay. Secondly is the salary range. How much salary range you're looking for? 3 million, 5 million, or 10 million yen. This will also be varies, depends on the tool which you use. Third of all, job categories. As before, I bring up one example. If I'm a marketing person, but I go to IT recruiter, it will not work out well. Fourthly, scale of the business. If I prefer working in the more startup type of environment, startup type of company, or if I prefer mid-size, or if I prefer a very large corporation. This will also vary, depends on the tools to pick for you to job hunt. Finally, it's the domains, which domain you're looking for. Are you looking for a manufacturing domain, or are you looking for the IT domains, etc.? So each service provides their own focus. They have their own focuses, so you should find the ones that fit you the most with your situation. So now we would like to give you the example of, let's say, pick the stage of career. Let's talk about the stage of career as the segmentation. So on this page, you can see fresher, mid-career, manager or executive senior levels. And here you also see the red markings saying, oh, for each levels, there's different type of tool where you can use for different levels of your career stage. And now let's take a deeper look at each career stage. Example. So for fresh graduates, so who are the fresh graduates? Fresh graduates are the people who has not yet having working experiences, and also maybe age could be under 26 or under between 26 or age 30. So the tools which we thought could be a good tool for the freshers to use is recruiter for freshers. So for example, like might not be global agent or CareerFly, such as us, or campus recruiter, where your school might have a recruiter, a career center, they have a recruiter there to support for the job huntings, help you find the jobs. And then, so the next tool would be, let's say, job listing sites, job platforms, such as Gaijinpod, Ninja, or Rikunabi, Minabi. In just a second, let me share the screen of, let's say, Gaijinpod. So now I believe everyone can see my page, right? So this is Gaijinpod's page, where, for example, here you can see, okay, are you looking for full-time job, looking for part-time jobs, or even for some people who do not speak Japanese, then no Nihongo, no Japanese language requirements. So this is Gaijinpod, where you can use as more for the fresher or entry-level type of jobs. So this is Gaijinpod. Maybe if you're a fresher and looking for jobs in Japan, this could be a tool for you. Okay, now let's go back to the presentation. So third of all, company special websites, such as company special websites. And here we give a example of a company called Flex. It's an IT company. And here we also talk about the company's special websites. Usually we talk about company websites, just their homepage with their information. But in Japan, company tend to have another site where they specifically use it for recruiting employees. Let me share my screen again, for example, about this company. So I believe everyone could see. So this is Flex recruiting page, and they are the IT companies. So that's coming down here. So as you can see, this is their recruiting page. And another special thing about Japan's Japanese company is they will differentiate between fresher hiring and also mid-career hiring with a two completely different page. So let's take a look at the fresher page. So here, as you may see, there are some of the company informations and you can browse it through. And if you feel like, oh, you might want to try out this company, and in the end, you can see, okay, Obo wa kochira. Then you can click apply, and this could be the company for you to apply to. So let me go back to the presentation again. And or for freshers, you can also use the tool like, let's say, job fairs. And here we also give an example of the international job fair. It's an actual event, and I would like to, sorry for switching back and forth, but let me share the about this international job fair. Okay, so this is international job fair. So here you will see international job fairs in Tokyo 2022, and for international residents or for students as well. So if you're interested, you can join here, and then company will be over here. Many different companies will be participating over here, so might be able to get some opportunity for yourself as well. Okay. Now let's take a look at the mid-career. Okay, so who are the mid-career? So someone with working experiences, but also keep in mind, do not include your, let's say, internship or include your part-time job. That does not count as a experience, having working experiences. So what does it mean to have working experiences? So after you graduate from school and actually you start having a full-time job, that's the working experiences. So the one we would also recommend for the mid-careers is, let's say, recruiter for mid-careers. Recruiter would have different levels, have different targets. So recruiter for mid-careers, let's say CareerFly, we also have mid-career recruiting as well, or like Global Power as another recruitment agencies, or YOLO Japan. Okay. And the second tool we also recommend in the job platform is, let's say, CareerCross, LinkedIn, or Indeed. And I can share about the CareerCross page as well to you. And keep in mind, before we talk about segmentation. So remember which segmentation which you're looking for, and by picking the tools, we need to find the segmentation of that tool. So this is CareerCross page, and CareerCross page is specific targeting the bilingual professionals, bilingual mid-career professionals. So CareerCross, you can see there, you can search many different jobs over here if you're bilingual, but occasionally you see some maybe English only, but their main target is for the bilingual professionals. So this is CareerCross, could be another tool for you to look for jobs if you're a mid-career and would like to work in Japan. So now, also again, company direct hires in the company special websites. And before we show about the Flex websites, they also have another page that's for mid-careers. So let's take a look at that as well. So same site, but before we're looking at freshers, now we'd like to look at the mid-careers. If you click in here, first of all, maybe you might notice the presentation of this, the mid-career versus freshers, slightly different. And if you read through the company page, you might be interested and then like to apply here also, Obo Kochira. Then you can apply. But after looking at this company's special website for the for their recruitments. So finally, for the also international job fairs, and that international job fair is not only targeting the freshers, but also have mid-careers. Company will join that event, job fairs, and then you will be able to talk directly to the company and might be able to get jobs. Let's say one of the example for the job fairs. Now let's take a look at the manager or executive level, senior levels. So who are the manager, executive level, who have management experiences or management positions, director on the C levels, and what tools we would recommend for these level of people, or the headhunters. Let's say Robert Walters, Michael Page, or even CareerFly. We also have this type of services as well. And we call it headhunter is because we're targeting specific type of person. So that's kind of like targeting down, so kind of headhunt. Or referrals. If you have a friends that are working in that specific company and the company are specifically looking for the type of person like you, then they through referral would be a good way of going through. And on the other hand, Indeed, for the job sites, job hunting sites, Indeed could be Indeed or LinkedIn could be a way to look for a job for this level of job hunting. But occasionally you will see the management levels. One side note about this is in this level of the jobs, it's more, since it's a C-level jobs and oftentimes with big corporations, so the job opportunity tend to be more confidential. So there on the job sites would be less. You would not be able to find a job opportunity on the regular job platform as much compared to going to headhunters, or let's say a specific tool called direct scouting. And let me share about the BizRich as an example of the direct scouting, where a candidate, a job seeker, if they would like to, a candidate job seeker in this level, and they would like to start doing job hunting and they want to get a job, they can put their information over to the BizRich, and the company will be able to scout them directly. So this is BizRich page where you just put in information. Company might be able to contact you with confidential information. So you, for this level of people do not need to worry about, okay, the current company will find out I'm looking for jobs, because on the C level it's actually quite a big deal. So now let's get back to the page. So now that we went through the segmentations of the career stage as an example, and of course, there's also 4 other segmentations, you can start to think about which one you are. But based on thinking about the segmentations of the tools, then thinking about that, then you can pinpoint down which level, which tools will be better for you. So, but maybe sometimes people might not have enough time to try out several ways. You can also try from finding the one that match with your current situations. So for example, if, oh, I need someone to support or guide me, then you can go talk to a recruiter. Or if you want to do it on your own pace, then you can go to a job platform. Or if you want to, if you already know which direct company or position directly that you know that you want to apply for that job, then you can directly apply to the company. But keep in mind, for example, you know someone, you need someone to guide you. You go to a recruiter, you still need to think about the segmentations. Pick the recruiter in the areas which you're looking for, or the job platforms. If it's a mid-career, or if it's a mid-career job platform, is it a fresher job platform, or is this job platform specific for engineers? Such, for example, like Japan Dev, it's one of the example of the jobs platform where it's specific targeted for the engineers, IT engineers. And now that we have talked through about the segmentations and the possible ways for you to pick out the best tool for you, now I would like to, since we talked about segmentation, I would like to also tell you a little about CareerFly for you to know about our segmentation. So who is CareerFly? So we are the HR agent, recruitment agency, HR agency, which would like to support people's career fly in Japan. So what's our focus? So we are focused, as on the presentation, you can see we are focused more on the senior levels and also more on the IT side, and a little more target to the Japan residents, and in 50-50 for Japanese bilingual professionals or no Japanese language skill, Japanese beginners. So if you're interested in about CareerFly, would like to look for jobs, you can contact us. And by the way, I'd also like to point out, even though we're more focused on the senior level IT and more Japan residents, but we also have opportunity for freshers, for non-IT, and also overseas residents as well. So if you like to look for job opportunities, I would also like to let you know show you how you can contact us as well. Just a second. So if you go to, let me change my screen again. If you go to Google, now you're on the Google page. And if you just put in CareerFly, type here. Here on the top, you can see CareerFly. Click CareerFly. And you'll be landing on the Japanese page, but do not worry. Here, there's an English page. And over here, you see job seeker, click job seeker, and where you will find the entry form. And here, so you can put your name, your email addresses, etc. Like, where did you find us? What you would like to talk about, discuss about, and your message. And if you would like to attach your CV as well, send it to us and we'll be able to contact you. This is one way to contact us. And on the other hand, on our CareerFly page, if you would like to know what type of job we offer, you can go to the back page again. And here you see a job openings. Click job openings. Then you will be coming here to the job search page. And if people who are already following our CareerFly LinkedIn, you will see we often post job descriptions with a 5-digit number. You can just put in the numbers which you're interested, and then you'll be able to search more detail about the jobs on this page. But on the other hand, if you just in general want to know about what type of jobs we have, you can also click here. If you're specifically looking for, let's say, IT, then you just click here, IT. By the way, of course, we also have other choices as well, but let's say, for example, IT. And then click search. So on this page, now you can see we have 49 different jobs here. 49 different jobs over here, and some are in Japanese, some are in English, so do not worry. You can just come down here and try to search it. Yeah. And if you like to apply or like to know more, you can also click the detail info, interested, put in your information entry, then we will know you're coming over for this job. So this is about CareerFly's page, just for your information. So thank you again, everyone, for listening through this session. So now we're in the QA sessions. If you have any questions, you can leave in the chats. Oh yes, I will answer the question below. And hope everyone understand about the segmentation part, which using the segmentation way, thinking about which one is you and which one is you. By thinking about those, then you can point down exactly which tool for you. Bring one more example. Let's say you are a mid-career level software engineer, and then you have bilingual experiences about N3 level Japanese, and then you like to look for a job, then you'll be able to either talk to a recruiter, IT recruiter. First of all, you will pick an IT recruiter, or you will pick a developer websites, developer or IT websites. So these are some examples. Okay, now I see some questions come in. So how likely is it for a Japanese firm to hire someone outside of Japan? So this question, this actually would vary from company to company, but as the COVID situation start to ease up, we also see there are more companies willing to hire from overseas. Since now, during the COVID time, the for example, last year, some companies, they only hire within Japan. But recently, we also get clients. Also, they start asking, okay, if we are open to hire from overseas. Okay, here I see a question. I am not a fresh graduate, but I would like to switch career to IT. Is it possible? Of course, I would say it is possible, but IT, this career, in general, this is more like the industries or the path where it needs some type of skill. So maybe the first thing to start would be maybe start learning the skills. And then after learning the skills, make sure you practice the technical skill. For example, if you would like to do web application developing and then you happen to learn JavaScript frameworks like React, Angular, make sure you also build your own projects or maybe start to become a freelancer working for clients' projects. And when you go to the interviews, then you have something to show during the interview, saying, okay, I actually have the actual working experiences. So I would say it is possible. Thank you so much. Thank you for the compliments. Is there any job are available for customer care or supports? There will be availabilities for customer care or support, so you would just have to pinpoint down the tools to use to find for this type of job. For example, if you're looking for if you would like to talk to a recruiter, maybe it would be good for you to talk to the recruiter specifically in that industry or in that area. And here I see the next, can you suggest some LinkedIn page where I can apply for jobs in Japan? As the LinkedIn page functions, there are some job search where you can filter out. So in general, I would say it is, you will, depends on which area where you're searching. So it really depends on where you go to. It's hard to say. But if you just do a little research, let's just say, for example, if you're talking about LinkedIn page, but if you specific targeting to the recruiters, then maybe do just a little research about, let's say if you're IT, then of IT, you know, CareerFly is in the IT areas. So CareerFly could be one option. Yeah. Oh, And next question, is Japan accepting issuing work visa for overseas applicants now? Yes, Japan is starting to accepting the overseas applicants now. Okay, next question. Do you recommend I learn Japanese first and then apply for a job, or can I do both at the same times? So this question, it would vary and would depend on which area you're talking about. And let me bring a little my own examples. For me is after I graduated, I actually come to Japan first, and I went to a language school about almost a year. And then after that, I studied in the grad school, and then I start working. So for me to come to Japan was actually through a language school first. Yeah, but for example, but some, let's say now you say, oh, you're in the IT sector, IT sector. IT sectors, and that I would say depends on different levels. If you are a mid-level careers, they're more likely you get opportunity. Maybe that does not require Japanese language skill because the company hiring based on, oh, you have this skill and you can provide the skill for the company. But on the other hand, for more fresher people, I would suggest to learn Japanese more, since if you as a fresher and you know Japanese language, then the company can provide trainings for you for the other IT works as well. So I would suggest that start learning Japanese if you're a fresher, but even for junior levels, I would still suggest, because if you would like to career up more in the IT sectors or any sector in Japan, knowing Japanese language, it's actually a good way to career up. Okay, so yeah, middle level. I would suggest at least N2 N3, learn to N3 level would be a better choice. But of course, there's also possibilities for you to get a job that does not require Japanese language. Yeah. So being a mid-level person, I would still say yes. When I was in the language school, I also have some friends that are actually around mid-career level, but they decide to go to language school first, and then they start doing job hunting. I would say also possible. Yeah. Okay. So I think now the QA session is over here. So I would like to, before we end, I would like to move to the little next part, which is what one of our participants asked about Japanese language level, Japanese language questions. So here we'd like to introduce you a tool that could help you in the Japanese language. It's called Sail, and it's a app where you can use it as to communicate with native Japanese person. And I personally use this applications as well. I personally also use this application as well. And what it brought me was from last October I started using, and until now. When I first started using in October, that time I was not able to speak so much. And even during interviews with me and the candidates, I only use English. But now, about at least 30% of the time, I will use some Japanese to interview the candidates to see all their language levels as well. And so for this app, it really helps me a lot. And just a side note about Japanese language levels before I pointed out is, if you like to career up in Japan, and knowing Japanese language level would be a better choices. So for now, CareerFly offered the company the regular price for this. It's 1,500 yen per month. So that means 3 months it's 4,500 yen. But now through CareerFly, the campaign, 3,000 yen for the 3 months. So you get 1 month free, basically. Get 1 month free, basically. So thinking about career, you spend 3,000 yen versus for 3 months versus you having a career for because you know in Japanese language and you get much more salary, etc. Then actually 3,000 yen is a very worthwhile investment, I would say. So if you're interested about this tool, you can email us at info@career-fly.com or contact us through LinkedIn as well, so we can give you more information about this. So how to connect with us? First of all, you can either follow our LinkedIn page or connect with either me or Tomomi, and these are our QR code to connect with our personal LinkedIn accounts, and you can get the latest job informations, open positions, and knowing more about the COVID restrictions, news about Japan as well. So come connect with us. We're looking forward to connect with you and talk with you, getting to know more about you. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining this 45 minutes to learn about how to find a better tool for you to job hunt in Japan. So thank you, everyone. Have a nice night.